advantage in being the home team, you know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes, we're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
The 2016 Cadillac SRX. All-wheel drive and just 26,000 miles. NADA retail $26,300. Trice price $23,700.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or tricehughes.com.
Wow, that's a big turkey.
Hey, it's Tess from WPKY's Tess and Ty in the morning. It's turkey bowling time. Have you ever tried to fling a frozen turkey? Well, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's a guaranteed way to have a lot of fun and kick off the holiday with a brand new tradition. Food Giant in Princeton and WPKY are giving you a chance to win a free turkey with its first annual turkey bowling tournament. Live at Food Giant on Legion Drive in Princeton on Friday, November 22nd with me from 3 to 5 p.m. Get registered to be one of the lucky bowlers. All you have to do is drop by Food Giant and register, or listen to WPKY for your cue to call in at 963-9038. Ty and I will announce the finalists live on the air on our morning show on Wednesday, November 20th. Get those registrations in and win. It's turkey bowling from Food Giant and 1580 103.3 WPKY.
The question before Monday night's game between UK and the Wolverines of Utah Valley was this: just how far will UK fall in the polls? In the Associated Press, 1st to 9th. In the coaches, 1st to 10th. This coming after a rather embarrassing loss to Evansville last week. Adding insult to injury, Duke and Louisville are ranked number 1 and number 2. Now to last night. Kentucky entered the game with only 7 scholarship players available. Emmanuel Quickly joined E.J. Montgomery on the bench last night after Quickly suffered what was described as a chest injury in practice this week. Montgomery missed his 3rd game with an ankle issue. Dante Allen is out recovering from a torn ACL. As Kentucky faced Utah Valley last night, they opened as a 25-point favorite. They won by just 8, 82-74. Ashton Hagans with 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Nick Richards with 21 points and 10 rebounds, his 3rd double-double of his career. Tyrese Maxey with 14 points. Nate Sestina, 8 points, 12 rebounds. Not pretty, but it was a win. Cats take on Mount St. Mary's Friday night. Also on Monday night, Western pounded Campbellsville 109-66. This evening, Southern Illinois is at Murray State. Some honors for a UK football lineman. Junior center Drake Jackson was named SEC Co-Offensive Lineman of the Week after UK's win over Vandy. In that game, he had 9 knockdown blocks, 27 blocks at the point of attack, allowed no quarterback sacks or pressures, and no missed assignments or penalties. It also didn't hurt that the Cats rushed for 401 yards and had 528 yards total offense and 5 touchdowns. And since Mark Stoops was preempted by the bouncing ball Monday night, hear the coach tonight starting at 5 on 100.9 FM. Also, it's Titans tonight this evening at 6 on your home of the Titans, 106.5 WKDZ. And the Predators are home tonight. They take on Winnipeg. That's your Tuesday Sports Edge. Search for Wildcat Lair on Facebook. I'm Eddie Owen.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes, we're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
The 2016 Cadillac SRX. All-wheel drive and just 26,000 miles. NADA retail $26,300. Trice price $23,700.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or tricehughes.com.
Fall is here. Warm sweaters, crisp temperatures, and pumpkin-spiced everything. We'll start to keep our homes nice and comfortable by using an Energy Star certified smart thermostat. For the average American household, almost half of the annual energy bill goes to heating and cooling. Being smart about your temperature settings with an Energy Star certified smart thermostat will help you save money and stay comfortable. Brought to you by your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Hometown Energy, working for you.
You've been listening to your WPKY News Edge. Find news 24 hours a day at WPKYonline.com.
WPKY.
The voice of Caldwell County. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY, Princeton.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Chris Foster. The open impeachment hearings start up again this morning with 2 witnesses taking questions from the House Intelligence Committee and then 2 more this afternoon. Fox's Griff Jenkins at the Capitol.
First, Lieutenant Colonel Alex Vindman, who was the Ukraine expert detailed to the NSC, and then Jennifer Williams, an aide to Vice President Pence from the State Department. Both were on that July 25th phone call at the center of this entire impeachment process. Both have indicated that they were concerned. Then at 3 p.m. this afternoon, the next 2 witnesses, Special Envoy Kurt Volker, along with NSC aide Tim Morrison.
We'll hear from 3 more witnesses tomorrow, then 2 on Thursday, including one just added, who says he overheard a phone call when President Trump asked about the status of investigations in Ukraine. All these witnesses have already testified privately. President Trump on Twitter writes about all this: the do-nothing Democrats have disgraced our great country. He has a cabinet meeting scheduled later this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
W277CK, Princeton. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Hit and miss showers earlier today, then partly sunny this afternoon, high 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 35. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 57. And then on Thursday, showers are likely once again, high 60. On Friday, as we head out turkey bowling out at Food Giant, showers are likely once again, early in the day though, high 51. Again, showers earlier in the day today, and partly sunny this afternoon, high 54.
Time to take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
Well, get in the holiday spirit by visiting Princeton's Adsmore House Gardens and Museum. There's nothing like all the treasured period trimmings to get you in the spirit. Come out and see Adsmore set up for baby Catherine's very first Christmas in 1901. The special seasonal decor will be on display through December 28th, every Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Well, get your tickets now for an event the kids are not going to forget. It's twice the night before Adsmore at Princeton's Adsmore Museum. The spots are filling up really quick. Tickets are going to include games, crafts, refreshments, Christmas caroling, and even a gift for your child under the tree. Now, they must be purchased by December 1st. And again, spots are limited. No tickets will be sold at the door the night of. Tickets are $12 for children, 12 and under, $2 for parents who wish to attend the event with your child. Please remember, when you're purchasing your ticket, they're going to need the name and age of your child for their gift under the tree.
Morgan's and Lakeland Funeral Homes will host the 3rd annual Holiday Service of Remembrance Thursday, November 21st, 6 p.m. at Ogden Memorial United Methodist Church in Princeton. Local talent Sean and Laura Fagan will be performing. Grief counselor Pat Pitchford Page will be sharing a hope-filled message, and a picture slideshow will be presented as well. The Remembrance service is open to all families in our area who have experienced a loss anytime, no matter where the service was held. There is no admission, and all attendees receive a special gift. To learn more, please go to morgansfuneralhome.com or lakelandchapel.com.
We'll learn the ins and outs in making healthy choices in every aisle during this dietitian-led store tour. Lori Conger is going to show you how to read nutrition labels, guide you to better food choices, and provide valuable grocery shopping tips. And those tours are going to begin on Thursday, November 21st. That's at 12, 1, and 2 at Food Giant on Legion Drive in Princeton.
Calling all employers and job seekers. The city's next free third Thursday job fair will be held November 21st in the Tourist Welcome Center, downtown Princeton. That's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's absolutely no cost for anyone to participate. If you're an employer that would like to set up, please register by emailing coda.young.princeton@gmail.com. There we go. Or you can call this number. That might be better, 625-4827.
Fredonia First Baptist Church on Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia is inviting all the public to a free meal for all. And that's going to be on Monday, November 24th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at FBC Life Center in Fredonia. That's the First Baptist Church Life Center, that is, in Fredonia. Now, everybody is welcome. The meal is free. For more information, you can give them a call, 270-545-3401.
When you're looking for a change in employment, you should look for a successful company who's growing. Barclay Plantation has expanded their facility to accommodate more of our local seniors, as they all deserve a place to live their feel age, not their real age. Do something today that will make your tomorrow better for you and your family. Barclay Plantation offers competitive pay with a rewarding work environment, a workplace full of grandparents. So if you have the skills to care for aging seniors, please go to Barclay Plantation and apply in person today. Serious applicants only.
Vicks VapoCool Drops. Oh, great. A sore throat keeping me from my extremely lucrative voiceover job talking about throat drops. Thanks, universe. Might as well try these Vicks VapoCool Drops. Wow, these VapoCool Drops are amazing. That's not candy dressed up like a throat drop. That's a super cooling Vapo Power Rush. It's like... Yes, I don't know where that's coming from, but yes. Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed.
This is the busiest time of the year in the city, but the holidays wait for no one. So I'm glad I have USPS to get presents to my nephews in time. Traffic jams or not.
You don't see many people when you live way out here. But even on snowy days, I can rely on my carrier Donna to show up.
Wherever you call home, the United States Postal Service goes the extra mile to bring your holidays home. Learn more at USPS.com/season. And with informed delivery notifications, get a digital preview of your mail before it arrives. United States Postal Service. Priority you.
Hey guys, Heidi with Capitol Cinemas, your local Princeton movie theater with your weekday lineup. In Cinema 1, Charlie's Angels, PG-13, shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. In Cinema 2, Dr. Sleep, rated R, shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. In Cinema 3, Playing with Fire, PG, shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. Call during showtime hours at 270-365-0200 or visit us at capitalcinemas.net. Thanks for listening. See you at the show.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Lyon County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at hancocksneighborhoodmarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, hancocksneighborhoodmarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cada's.
The holidays, time to enjoy with those you love. If you're thinking about new flooring in your home before the holidays, now's the time to stop in at Perry's Floors and More and let them help you find the perfect flooring that will not only add warmth and style to any room in your home, but also flooring that will stand up to the wear and spills of everyday life. Whichever floor you choose will be backed by reputable manufacturers and installed with expert care. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market, Princeton. Call 270-365-9869.
This is Todd Griffin with your SportsEdge.com. Every Thursday morning in the 8 a.m. hour here on WPKY, we bring you the Sideline Report. This is your invitation to join us as we talk sports. Sometimes it's local sports, sometimes we talk about national sports news. We always have a guest, and you are always invited to listen. The Sideline Report is brought to you in part by ABC Finance, U-Ride, and Bashir Sawmill. I'll be looking for you to join us Thursday mornings at 8:05 for the Sideline Report. You can tune in on 1580 103.3 or online at WPKYonline.com.
1580 103.3 WPKY Coffee Talk is on the air. Morning conversations about things of interest to you. If you'd like to be a guest on Coffee Talk, just email us your information at WPKYonline@gmail.com. We're proud to call Caldwell County home. WPKY.
1580 103.3 WPKY 809 with Coffee Talk. And hey, we've got somebody special in the studio. Tiffany Massey, of course, is a good friend of ours from Farmers Bank. And I'll tell you, she was supposed to be here last week, but something called Old Man Wainer showed up. And I mean, he showed up loud and proud last week. So we weren't able to do it last week, and we missed him. So she's here this week, and she's got a pretty special young man. I started to say kid. He's not a kid. He's a young man now at this point, huh? But it's Brandon Williams, and of course he's a freshman at the Caldwell County High School, and he's the recipient for the Community Service Award this month, right?
Yes.
I will tell you, I think everybody knows your grandpa.
Yes, ma'am.
I do believe so. And we love Curtis a lot. In my, my family loves your grandpa. So I guarantee you, I know where that young man comes from. I bet he's a good kid. Tiffany, how did we end up with Brandon this month as the award recipient?
We received our nominations, and Brandon was selected as the recipient. And some of the things that his teacher had said about him were just really amazing. For a young man that's a freshman in high school to be able to do things for others, we were just so touched by the story about Brandon. And I told Brandon earlier, we've got our ambassador program, and we're going to be doing it every year for seniors coming up. And so I told him he's exactly what we're looking for in an ambassador, because somebody that is willing to go above and beyond without being asked is just an amazing trait, and something that we are looking for in a student whenever it comes to our ambassador program. And I told Brandon, he just has so much to be thankful for and to be proud of whenever it comes to how he is and how his character is, because whenever, a student does these things and continues to do them throughout life, I just think that is a major driving force in his success. So I have no doubt that Brandon's going to be a successful young man, and I just look forward to watching him as he grows.
Well, I know a lot of people know about the ambassador program that Farmers Bank does. It's fantastic. But I want to make sure that they don't get that confused with the Community Service Award, because this is one I think is really neat because of how it's voted and how people are chosen and that sort of thing. So remind them what the Community Service Award means and how someone does get selected for that.
Yes, it is the Community Driven Award. And
I'm sorry. It's a community service.
But it is, with the Community Driven Award, it's just for students in Caldwell County who are making significant contributions to the community through their time, dedication, and actions. And anybody is able to nominate a student. So we send it out on our Facebook page. We'll be sending out a link probably this week for the November award recipient. And I just highly recommend anyone who knows of a student that's doing good works in the community to nominate, because once we receive those nominations, then the award is decided upon with a committee that I have at the bank. And it's just so wonderful to see the students that are nominated and the good works that are being done. And this is definitely my favorite award, because I can look at that and it just makes me smile, because I see that these young students who sometimes, you hear bad stories, you hear this, you hear that, and I just love to be able to recognize those that are doing good things like Brandon Williams is. And I'm just so proud of him, and I cannot explain how exciting it is to give away this award.
So what are you doing over there, Brandon Williams? I mean, what do you enjoy doing for the community driven? I'm going to remember that now. The community, I'm not going to say it wrong, Tiffany, I promise. But the community driven award, what are you doing to make that difference in the community yourself?
Well, in the community, I just kind of helping people. It's something that when I see someone in need, it makes me want to help. Because then I know that they're going to be helpful. They're going to, want to go and do things because someone helped them out. And, for the school, I got the award because, I had helped someone because they had a broken wrist and they couldn't write. And, I knew he couldn't get his work done. So I wanted to help him out, that he could do it.
Wow. Now, see, that's pretty neat. I mean, because that was not easy. That's a lot of work, right?
Mm-hmm. Double the work.
Yeah, it's double the work.
Oh, so you helped him write down his homework and all kinds of stuff?
Write down, his, we had notes in class. And so I helped him write down his notes and everything.
I can't get my kids to do theirs, let alone somebody else's too. Are you kidding me? That's
pretty
amazing.
Special to have somebody to do something for others that they're not able to do for themselves. And just to be able to recognize that and do it without being asked,
right,
says a lot about Brandon. So
how'd you come up with that idea? Did you just in the middle of class see him struggle and say, hey, I want to help him out?
Well, yeah, he was because I could tell he walked in class with a cast on, and I knew he couldn't be able to write just because of how he couldn't hold it. He couldn't even hold his pencil, couldn't grip anything. So I knew he's going to need help to do something.
Oh, I bet you got a buddy for life right there. Somebody that's going to do your homework like that with you and notes and all that stuff. That takes a pretty special buddy, huh?
Thank you.
Well, is that something that even outside of school, do you enjoy helping people outside of school?
Yeah, I enjoy helping people like where I can, yes.
And I think that goes a long way with, of course, a lot of, I mentioned your grandpa earlier, Curtis, and that's, he's over the years, your grandpa has helped a lot of people over the years, and I think that's something that's kind of passed down. And, Dunk was in here yesterday for Hometown Hero, and we were talking about the fact that we want to recognize these kids when they do it right.
Yes.
And that's one of my biggest things. I said, if I accomplish nothing else for the rest of that's what I want to try to drill in these kids' head, is that doing good things, that's what you get recognized for. And that's what you want to, be known for later on.
And Brandon, he was telling me about his church, Cedar Bluff, and how they go and do, what is it, the Walk of Love?
Yeah, it's called the Walk of Love. It's where, we go, and we went just a few months ago, and we went to Nashville, and it's a big community of, people who can't, afford, food every week, and we went and handed out, bags of food for people. I think we went and did snacks it was a couple months ago.
Uh-huh. Well, and I'm sure that there's more missions that you do and are involved in as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what do you want to do when you grow up? I know that, a lot of us, it's kind of, if we're really interested in something as a kid, a lot of times, we kind of get something in our head that we want to do. Although, I'll be honest, what I'm doing was a complete surprise to me. I didn't figure that out till I was probably 17 or 18, that I said, oh, wait a minute. So what do you want to do?
I kind of want to do, sports announcing. It's kind of been something that I've always liked. Always been into sports.
Todd Griffin, look out. How about that? Now, do you play sports?
I played baseball and then basketball. And then I played football at one time.
Well, how about that? Well, congratulations to you and good job. You're doing a good thing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And Miss Tiffany, what's the goals from here? Of course, you talk about the ambassador program, and make sure everybody knows what that is too, because that's something really special that you all do. That I want to make sure we highlight that when you're here.
Yes, we have 10 ambassadors from the high school, 2 juniors and 8 seniors, and what we're doing is just looking for ways to take these students. They're very good leaders, and just to try to maximize their leadership in any way possible. And we just are about to start a new thing with the ambassadors, and I'm super excited about it, but it's what we're going to call the FAM program, and it's the Farmers Bank Ambassador Mentorship Program.
I love that.
And this summer, I delivered meals for King's Kitchen, and it was just on my heart. I said, Roy, I just feel like I need to be doing something. And I prayed about it, and one day it just popped in my head. I've got these 10 ambassadors. What better way to use them than to serve some younger children who might need a positive influence in their lives? So I said, all right, I'm just going to go meet with Melissa Thomas, give her my thoughts on what I'd like to do, and see if we can make it happen. And she welcomed us with open arms and is so excited about this program too. And so now
she's a fantastic lady in her own right.
Yes,
too,
she is. And I played basketball for her, and it was me and Casey McCoy who went and met with her. And she said, it's just so nice to see that 2 of my former players are here asking me about doing, good things for the kids in the elementary school. But what they've done is chose 10 students from the elementary school that could just benefit from having a positive influence in their lives. I know me personally, I grew up and I had a single mother and an alcoholic father, and it was just really nice to have positive influences in my life. I benefited greatly from it, and I owe a lot of people my success. So I want to give back. I'm passionate about it. I talked to Jeff McDaniels on my ideas, and he was all for it. He said, this is a way that we can make a meaningful difference in the community, and that's what I feel like community banking is all about. Ways that we can find to hopefully make a difference. And so what we're going to do is these 10 students are going to be paired with our 10 ambassadors. So we've got 4 males and 6 females. And so this Thursday we get to go down to the elementary school and meet them. And the ambassadors are super excited about it. And coming up, we're going to do a monthly, one thing a month, one event a month, and next week it's going to be our Thanksgiving dinner. And so I just want these kids to know we love them, we support them, we are going to be there for them this year, and let's do a Thanksgiving meal and just all be a family. And
you hit the nail on the head when you said love, though.
Yes, I think that that's what it all is about. And anybody in the community, we all have differences, but if you just love people and embrace people and accept them for who they are, I just think that it makes such a big difference in how you are yourself and in other people's lives. So I just want to spread that love, and I want, for these kids to be able to succeed no matter their circumstances, because they can. I've got Russell Brandon. I don't know if you know him. A lot of people do. He works at the plant board, and he is one. Whenever I thought about somebody coming to speak to these kids to just inspire them, Russell Brandon came to my mind. He is one of those people, if you ever meet him, he is a positive person. He has overcome his circumstances, and he is a successful young man who I think has so much potential in this life. So I met with him last week, and we had lunch, and I discussed, my ideas for what he would speak on, and he's all for it. And I'm just excited about him coming to our Thanksgiving meal and hopefully inspiring these kids, because we've got a lot of people in this community who have overcome their circumstances and just had the drive to succeed. So
I'll tell you, that's something that I think I see a lot. I don't know, I see more and more. I'm not going to say a lot, but I see more and more in our community lately is, people wanting to do good and people wanting to help others that maybe are just coming up. One of the things that I saw one of your ambassadors doing the other day, I'm going to tattle on him just a little bit. I saw him up at school the other day sitting with a special needs kid at lunch. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, look at that. But it's not because they had to.
Right.
It wasn't because they had to at all. And you know what? Maybe that's something that a kid does, is they sit with the new kid in class. Or,
Yes.
if you see a kid that's struggling, that's a kid that needs a hug and say, look, you're enough, you're good, let me help you.
Yes. And I think even with Brandon, he's one of those that would definitely be, he's on the lookout. You can tell with his personality and what his teachers have said is he's always looking for ways to help. So
when they mentor those younger ones, I think that makes a huge difference, because that teaches those younger ones who are constantly looking at them and saying, well, hey, he plays football. Well, hey, she's a cheerleader. There's different things like that they want to do those things. And
oh, absolutely.
When
and
they
I
give
think
them something to model after,
yes.
Wow.
Another one that comes to my mind is Allison Van Hooser, and she's one of my good friends. And I met with her one day, and I was telling her what's been on my heart. And I just said, what do you think it is that between her and I and what we've grown up in, what was the driving force? And we both agreed that just being able to envision yourself in something else. So like if you wanted to be a basketball player and you could see somebody who does it, wonderful. If you have a bad home life and you can see somebody who has a great home life, then you might say, that's what I want when I grow up. And that's whenever I was little, those positive influences in my life, I sat there and I said, that's what I want, and that's what I'm going to have one day, because I didn't have it at the time, but I knew that I could do it myself.
I'm a big believer. You got to picture what you want before you can make it. But if you can make that picture, then you know where to go. Then you know what to do and where you're going to end up at.
Yes. So I want to be able to help anybody, if anybody wants to overcome their circumstances, I've been there, I've done that, and I want to help anybody out, because that's on my heart and that's something that I'm very passionate about. So
Well, I'm going to tell you, young man, you can't have a better mentor than the one that's sitting beside us. She's awesome. We love her to death. And of course, that's Tiffany Massey from Farmers Bank. And hey, thank you so much for everything that you're doing at school. And congratulations to you, because that's a pretty big deal winning that. Absolutely. That Community Driven Award is something that, that says a lot about who you are. And it says a lot about, I think, where you're going. Now, you just got to make sure that you can mentor the little ones, too, because I know you're a freshman now, but by the time you get to be, that junior and senior, then you got to start bringing up the next you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you got to do you have any brothers or sisters or anything?
I have an older brother and an older sister.
Ah, so you might have had a couple of mentors around the house there, too, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And, hey, I liked this kid as soon as he come in because he had a Kentucky Wildcat basketball shirt.
That always helps.
Hey, I knew we were going to get along there, Brandon. Hey, of course, don't get me wrong, Tiffany Massey from Farmers Bank right here inside Caldwell County in Princeton. The Community Driven Award and the Ambassador Program, we thank you so much for coming in and everything that you're doing. I'm excited for the new things that you've got going. I think that mentorship is going to be amazing, and it sounds like the kids are really, really going to benefit, and that's what we want at the end.
Yes.
So, Brandon, have a great one, and keep doing what you're doing, bud, okay? Hey, it's Coffee Talk in 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Vicks VapoCool Drops. Oh, great. A sore throat keeping me from my extremely lucrative voiceover job talking about throat drops. Thanks, universe. Might as well try these Vicks VapoCool Drops. Wow, these VapoCool Drops are amazing. That's not candy dressed up like a throat drop. That's a super cooling Vapo Power Rush. It's like... Yes! I don't know where that's coming from, but yes! Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed.
This is the busiest time of the year in the city, but the holidays wait for no one. So I'm glad I have USPS to get presents to my nephews in time. Traffic jams or not.
You don't see many people when you live way out here. But even on snowy days, I can rely on my carrier Donna to show up.
Wherever you call home, the United States Postal Service goes the extra mile to bring your holidays home. Learn more at USPS.com/season. And with informed delivery notifications, get a digital preview of your mail before it arrives. United States Postal Service. Priority you.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Hit and miss showers earlier today, then partly sunny this afternoon, high 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 35. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 57. And then on Thursday, showers are likely once again, high 60. On Friday, as we head out turkey bowling out at Food Giant, showers are likely once again, early in the day though, high 51. Again, showers earlier in the day today, and partly sunny this afternoon, high 54.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Community Medical.
Fall is the beginning of flu season. Protect yourself with a flu vaccine at the Health First Community Health Center. It is your best shot at stopping the flu from getting to you. With same-day appointments and walk-ins welcome, they make it easy to arm yourself against infection. Contact the Health First Community Health Center office toll-free at 1-877-667-7017 or visit one of their 7 locations for all your healthcare needs. At Health First, your health is our first concern. That's Health First Community Health Center.
West Market in Princeton invites you to join them as they transform the store and bring the spirit of the season to life. They offer affordable, well-crafted gifts for everyone on your list and unique farmhouse and vintage-inspired Christmas and home decor items, such as arches, garland, wreaths, ornaments, and pillows, plus West Market's very own artwork and more. Everything you need to transform your home and fill the space under the tree. West Market, you and home.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Of course, Tiffany Massey and Brandon Williams from out at the Caldwell County High School. And, of course, he is the Community Driven Award winner for the month of, I guess, November. We're into November. Wow. Where did the year go? I think sometimes you blink and we're into the next season. But he's doing a fantastic job, and congratulations to him, and thank you for those teachers and Sunday school teachers and grandpas like Curtis and other family members and brothers and sisters that help those kids become who they are and encourage them to do things in the community. If you know someone who has done something really good in the community or tends to help people out, we sure do want to know about it. Hey, we've got one. Todd Oliver is somebody that I did want to say thank you to. He helped my dad out the other day, and he has a habit of helping out a lot of people around our area. And I've been told about it several times. So make sure that you tell him good job and pat him on the back. And, of course, that's where it leads. When these kids start early and they're doing really good things in the community, they learn to continue to do those things on throughout life. And that's how they become Tiffany, Massey, and some of the rest of the leaders. Allison Van Hooser is somebody she mentioned. Dunk from Dunk's Tire. We had him in here yesterday. And, of course, our hometown hero a couple of months back. And that's how they end up doing that sort of community service when they get older. It's because they've done it when they were younger. Of course, Dunk let us know that he's collecting toys. That toy drive and him collecting those toys is going to go throughout. I think he said they're going to be collecting them till about a week before Christmas when they deliver them. And of course, he has a Santa and a Santa Claus or a Mrs. Claus rather, that will go out and deliver those toys with him in the tow truck for Christmas. And I think that's pretty cool. I begged him to go along with him this year. But I think it's something that is needed in the community, and he's doing a great service. So if you've got some gently used toys that maybe your kids aren't playing with, but they're not necessarily broken and they still look good. A lot of our kids, especially our younger ones, they outgrow a lot of those pretty fast anymore. If they're anything like my little Sasquatch 1, 2, and 3. So, hey, he's collecting those. They don't have to be brand new as long as they're in real good shape. Or you can go out and buy some brand new toys as well. But take them out there to Dunk's, and he's going to be collecting those and then giving those away till about a week right before Christmas. Now, if you're, interested in, maybe doing a little bit more than that, talk to him. I guarantee you he can always use a lending or a hand with those types of things, especially getting them organized and, where they need to go and all of that kind of stuff. So make sure you go out there and talk to him. He's right there on 62 West in Princeton. Now, we are aware, and we didn't mention a while ago, the First Baptist Church Clothing Room is going to be open today. Normally, they're open on the fourth Tuesday of every month from 8:30 until 10:30. But due to Thanksgiving being that day, what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and they're going to do that today. So make sure that you go by if you're needing anything. I know sometimes, especially with holiday functions and that sort of thing, that we got a little extra expenses sometimes with the clothing. So go by. The First Baptist Church, again, is going to be open today from 8:30 until 10:30. So they just got through opening their doors instead of next week. Normally, it's the fourth Tuesday of every month. So if you're not planning on that, or hadn't pre-planned for that, they are going to be open again in December. But for this month, the month of November, the fourth Tuesday of the month is going to be done today instead due to Thanksgiving. Of course, use the K Street entrance door. Now, First Baptist Church is located at 300 West Main Street in Princeton. And if you don't know and you've never been down there, of course, they have women's clothes and men's clothes, children's clothes, anything that you're going to need, especially around this time of year when the sweaters and the sweatshirts and the long pants and that sort of thing need to start coming out. Your kids, it can put you in a bind because everybody needs something new all at once. Everybody's outgrown everything all at once. At least they do at my house. So if it's like my kids and they outgrow everything seemingly overnight, that could be something that could really help your family out. So make sure that you head off and go down there. Now, one of the things that we've got going today, of course, I know everybody's kind of heard of this service of remembrance, and that's something that Morgan's Funeral Home is doing right here in Princeton. And it's going to be held over at Ogden Memorial United Methodist Church. Of course, they've even got the local talent from Sean and Laura Fagan, and they're going to be performing. There's a grief counselor that's going to be there, Patch Pitchford Page. It's going to be sharing kind of a message and speaking about hope. There's also going to be a picture slideshow that's going to be presented. Now, it's a really special service, and it's one that if you haven't been to, it's really cathartic in a lot of ways. If you've lost someone, especially during the holidays, that can be really tough, especially if it's one of the first few years of losing that loved one. Or, maybe it's 20 years ago. It doesn't matter. They don't put a time limit on it. No matter when you've lost your loved one, it could be recent, could be a long time ago. And it also doesn't matter where. Now, a lot of us, maybe we move or, we're not necessarily in the same area anymore. That is okay. They don't mind that one bit. It doesn't matter where the funeral took place at. It doesn't matter if they had a service or a funeral at all. If your loved one passed away and you would like to be a part of the remembrance service, all you have to do is talk to them about giving them your picture and that sort of thing so that they can get that organized for you. And then, of course, their service. I remember, it's going to be here before we know it. It's actually on this Thursday, November 21st at 6 p.m. And, of course, if you blink, that's going to be here. It seems like we were just talking about this a couple of days ago, it seems like. So make sure that you get your picture to them because this is the last second. Now, this service is going to start at 6 o'clock at Ogden Memorial United Methodist Church right here in Princeton. It's downtown. And again, it's 6 o'clock. Now, there's no admission. All attendees are going to receive a special gift. And, of course, it doesn't cost a penny, and you don't even have to buy a ticket or anything like that. MorgansFuneralHome.com is a great place if you have any questions about what's coming up or how to be involved in it or how many people can you bring. LakelandChapel.com is another place that you can go for the information. Just make sure you talk to Brian or Jenna Wainer, or you can email them and they'll tell you all about it. It's from 1580 103.3 WPKY. It is 8:36 and 45 at PKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Hit and miss showers earlier today, then partly sunny this afternoon, high 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 35. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 57. And then on Thursday, showers are likely once again, high 60. On Friday, as we head out turkey bowling out at Food Giant, showers are likely once again, early in the day though, high 51. Again, showers earlier in the day today, then partly sunny this afternoon, high 54.
This weather update brought to you by the Cat's Den, where everyone knows your name. Great food at great prices. Come see us. 4000 Farmersville Road, Princeton.
November is Diabetes Awareness Month. Nearly 30 million Americans suffer from diabetes. Another 86 million have prediabetes. If you've been diagnosed with diabetes or prediabetes, please call the Pennyrile District Health Department and set up an appointment with either their registered dietitian or a certified diabetes educator. Let them help you understand diabetes and what it means if you've been diagnosed. Your local health centers are in Caldwell, Crittenton, Livingston, Lyon, and Trigg County.
Imagine this. It's late at night, it's cold and dark, and you have a flat tire. One never knows when old Bessie's gonna cause you problems. There's only one place to call, Wallace Towing and Recovery in Princeton. Wallace Towing and Recovery is a 24/7 towing and recovery service. You can count on Wallace Towing and Recovery to get you safe and back on the road or to a repair shop. Wallace Towing and Recovery will jumpstart your vehicle, change a tire, deliver gas, unlock a door, or haul to the garage or scrapyard. Wallace Towing and Recovery has you covered in Princeton and surrounding areas. Call Wallace Towing and Recovery. Check them out on Facebook, and when you need a tow or roadside help, call Wallace Towing and Recovery at 270-963-9081.
1580 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty at 8:38. And of course, we've got a special guest, another one in the studio as well. And I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is cool. I've seen it on the calendar coming up, and I think it sounds really delicious to me. And Diane Cooper, of course, the director for the Caldwell County Free Clinic. And, talk about somebody that already does a great job in our community and service-minded. Of course, Farmers Bank was just here with their Community Driven Award winner, Brandon Williams, for the month of November. And what a sweet kid. I mean, he really does such a fantastic job. He actually, his buddy had his wrist broke, and he wrote everything down for him until he could get, use of his wrist again. So I said, I can't even get my kids to do their own homework, let alone somebody else's too. So that was a fantastic kid doing a great job in our community. So congrats to him. And Miss Diane, I hear that the free clinic has is wonderful in its own right. Tell us what you've got going on over there. We're going to get to this cookie walk in just a second that they got coming up. That's the delicious part. But you guys do a lot of great work there.
We do.
Can you describe kind of what your job is there? What do you do there?
Sure. Thanks for having me on. We do really a lot of good for the community. We invite people to come. Anybody that thinks they need medical assistance or is in need of medications, anything like that, come in, let us evaluate you, and if you fall under the guidelines, we'd be more than happy to treat you or to help you in any way we can.
Because I do know that there's a lot of people that, sometimes they fall in between certain things. They say, well, this person's got real great insurance. Maybe their spouse doesn't, but they do.
But a lot of times you'll find that their deductible is so high that they can't afford their medications or whatever other treatments they need. And we'll be glad to help them out.
Because I know, some churches do. They do what they can in the area.
Right.
And I don't think some people know that free clinic is even there.
Exactly.
It's right there. Can you explain, where you're located?
We're in the basement of the Central Presbyterian Church. We are open the first and third Thursday of every month. We were open every Thursday, and with the Affordable Care Act, that kind of cut us back a little bit. So we're not seeing near as many patients as we were in the past, but we'd love to see who is ever out there that needs some help. And we have added Trigg and Livingston counties on as well, because there's a lot of those people that work in our community that can't get to a doctor on time.
Now, is this immunizations? Is that anything that's included?
No. Flu shots, we give them a voucher to go to the health clinic, and we pay for those. Immunizations are generally speaking for children and infants, and we don't care for children. I mean, we don't treat them.
Right.
We don't care for them. Of course we care for them. We just don't treat them. So
well, and this service is for the elderly as well, correct?
Right. If you've got insurance but can't afford your medications, still come in and let us evaluate you.
Because I know a lot of people say, hey, they've got, insurance, but then between the co-pays, now I can't afford my meds.
Right.
I can afford to go to the doctor, but I can't afford to get the script
and
filled.
we have had a lot of people say, if it's between my medications and eating, I guess I'll take my medications. Well, that's not right. That's not where we want to be.
Okay. Well, I think that, what all do they need to bring with them when they come?
They need to bring proof of identification. They need to bring, somebody in the household has to be working.
Okay.
So they have to bring proof of that. We'd like to see taxes from last year, if we can. Just basically come in and we'll, bring a driver's license, bring anything. If you've got your insurance and you can prove that your deductible is quite high, we'd need to see that. We're pretty flexible.
Well, and to be honest, I mean, really and truly, you have to be.
Right.
I mean, in this kind of day and age, because especially right before the holidays, they say, well, I'd love to do things for my family, but I can't even do for myself. But that is something that, when you go and visit your relatives, you need to recognize and maybe talk to them. Let them know that there are services here. Let them know that, it's okay if they need a little help.
Right. And we've had a lot of people say, I didn't know there was a free clinic. Well, the free clinic has been in existence since 1998.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't know, you need to know.
Right. Well, and you need to get when is it open? Those sorts of things. Those are things that you need to, put in your memory. Because even if you don't need it, I promise you know someone in your life that needs it or could use it from time to time. And it doesn't have to be always. It doesn't have to be a regular standing visit.
Exactly. And if you have any questions, you can always call. And the number's 270-365-0901. And I have that phone with me most of the time, so I'll be glad to answer your questions. And if I can't, I'll find out.
Well, see, that is fantastic. Thank you so much. And I don't know if your ears were burning, but we were talking about you in this cookie walk that you've got coming up. Audrey and I were talking about it yesterday afternoon in the office. and I'm pretty excited about it. It's something that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And can you explain to us, we've heard of swaps and everything else, but what is a cookie walk?
A cookie walk has been going on for years, and it's in the Midwest mainly, and it's a way of all these people making cookies, bringing them in, putting them on a table, and letting everybody walk around, put them in a box, and buy them.
Okay.
And this way you don't have to make as many cookies. You know, the holiday season is very busy. So if you don't have time to make your cookies for, say, you're going somewhere to Grandma's or someplace, come by and get a box of cookies and take with you to Grandma's.
Well, and you can buy by the pound, right?
Right. We give everybody a box when they come in.
Okay.
And we give them a glove to put on. And you walk around to all the tables and you pick out the cookies that you want, go to the cash register, they'll weigh it, and they'll charge you. And it's $2.50 a half a pound, $5 for a pound. And you'd be surprised the amount of cookies you can get for that.
And these are all kinds, because
Yeah.
it's all different sorts of people that are doing the booths, right?
Exactly.
What if I want to make cookies?
You absolutely can. And if you don't have enough people that you can have a table of your own, we'll combine you with another table.
Okay.
We ask that everybody brings 20 dozen cookies, per person, and then you put them on your table. If you want to make a sign that says, this cookie is, so that people know,
Right.
That's great too.
So it's great for organizations, churches.
Sure. Organizations, we've got more this year than we've had in the past, and people are calling to say, how do I get a table?
I think it's going to be a fun event. I
Right.
really do. So how much does it cost for a booth or a table? I mean,
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, we can afford that
That's
part, huh?
exactly right. But it's the 6th and 7th of December. The 6th is from 3 to 7. And if you've got a table or you want a table, you have to call and let me know. So that we can get one put up for you, and then you bring those cookies at 2 o'clock in the afternoon so that you're ready when the people start coming. And the ones that bring the cookies and set up their table have first chance at buying whatever cookies they want.
Oh, now I have heard, since this is a Friday afternoon, evening, and then a Saturday event, I have been told that I need to get there on Friday because and they can all the best ones tend to be grabbed up really quick.
Right. And a lot of people will make real festive cookies that are real colorful or something to their, like
Kinda
a
fancy.
Scandinavian cookie
Right.
or whatever, and they do go fast because people want to try them.
So give us again the phone number in the, how do we get in touch with somebody about this?
Phone number is 270-365-0901.
Okay.
It comes to me because I have the phone most of the time. If you've already signed up for a table, we've got you down. But if you would like to be included, or if you just want to bring cookies, wonderful. That'd be great. And if you can't, if your organization doesn't have enough people that they even want to make cookies, you can make a donation to the free clinic. We'd be glad, to have that. But everybody that can come would be a great thing, because at Christmas time especially, the more the merrier. We
Absolutely. I love the whole concept of it because you're getting cookies, and hey, that would be awesome, because if you're going to Grandma's house or you've got a function to go to, you could really just think of all the work it could look like you did on these cookies.
Exactly.
They could suddenly think you're Kathy Lewis. You never know. Hey, so again, and that's going to be December
6th from 3 to 7.
Now that's a Friday.
That's a Friday, and December 7th from 9 to 10:30, and that's all the cookies that are left. And any of the cookies that are left that people don't buy, go to Bright Life Farms or another organization that needs them.
Well, thank you so much. And again, the phone number, if maybe they say, it's not the cookie walk, I need the health care.
Sure.
Again, remind us of that phone number.
270-365-0901.
And the free clinic is open?
The first and third Thursday of every month.
Well, thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing everyone there.
Again, Miss Diane, we sure do appreciate it, and we appreciate everything that you do here in the community with the free clinic.
You.
And hey, I'm going to go on Friday. If y'all want the best ones, I'm going to gobble up as many as I can. So if y'all want the best ones, you better go on Friday too. Hey, Jenna Wainer's in the house. Come on, girl. We'll be there with her in just a second. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Wow, that's a big turkey.
Hey, it's Tess from WPKY's Tess and Ty in the morning. It's turkey bowling time. Have you ever tried to fling a frozen turkey? Well, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's a guaranteed way to have a lot of fun and kick off the holiday with a brand new tradition. Food Giant in Princeton and WPKY are giving you a chance to win a free turkey with its first annual turkey bowling tournament. Live at Food Giant on Legion Drive in Princeton on Friday, November 22nd with me from 3 to 5 p.m. Get registered to be one of the lucky bowlers. All you have to do is drop by Food Giant and register, or listen to WPKY for your cue to call in at 963-9038. Ty and I will announce the finalists live on the air on our morning show on Wednesday, November 20th. Get those registrations in and win. It's turkey bowling from Food Giant and 1580 103.3 WPKY.
November is Diabetes Awareness Month. Nearly 30 million Americans suffer from diabetes. Another 86 million have prediabetes. If you've been diagnosed with diabetes or prediabetes, please call the Pennyrile District Health Department and set up an appointment with either their registered dietitian or a certified diabetes educator. Let them help you understand diabetes and what it means if you've been diagnosed. Your local health centers are in Caldwell, Crittenton, Livingston, Lyon, and Trigg County.
Imagine this. It's late at night, it's cold and dark, and you have a flat tire. One never knows when old Bessie's gonna cause you problems. There's only one place to call, Wallace Towing and Recovery in Princeton. Wallace Towing and Recovery is a 24/7 towing and recovery service. You can count on Wallace Towing and Recovery to get you safe and back on the road or to a repair shop. Wallace Towing and Recovery will jumpstart your vehicle, change a tire, deliver gas, unlock a door, or haul to the garage or scrapyard. Wallace Towing and Recovery has you covered in Princeton and surrounding areas. Call Wallace Towing and Recovery. Check them out on Facebook, and when you need a tow or roadside help, call Wallace Towing and Recovery at 270-963-9081.
1580 103.3 WPKY, and one of my favorite people are here. I can't help myself. It's Miss Jenna Wainer, and we're missing somebody this morning.
We are.
We're telling on you. You know, if you let the girls loose by themselves, they might talk about the boys, Brian. But Brian and Jenna Wainer, of course, from Morgan's Funeral Home, and we got Jenna, which is, and of course, Brian is out hunting this morning.
Yes, Brian can't hear because he's in a deer stand, so we can say what we want this morning.
You don't know how much I love that. But you know, that's like the tradition in this area, though. It's fantastic, and I've seen so many pictures of big bucks this year. From anybody, from Brad Harrelson to all kind. I just happened to see that when right before I went to bed last night. So I guess Brad is evidently right there in my noggin. Him and his son Mitchell, they had a really good time. Mitchell did better than Dad, though, I saw.
Well, and Brian sees those, so I think he thinks if he goes out, that's what's going to happen to him. But
you're gonna tell Brian's
coming
for you. Brian's coming for you. But you said you got a picture, though. What did you get a picture of?
He sent a picture to Pepper this morning, and it was not a deer; it was a raccoon climbing in his deer stand. So
that's not what you're going for.
That might be all he sees today. But
he's gonna climb out of the tree stand and say, you know, everybody's gonna be telling him, oh, they were talking about you this morning.
Well, we laugh because he's a thinker. He's an introvert, and so he saw a buck last year. Aww. And what happened was he thought too long about it. He sat there and he analyzed it and he checked it out and he thought about it. Finally, my dad shot at it, which my dad missed. But I told him this time, I said, "Don't think, just shoot."
Well, it's you get that energy rush, you know, and your blood starts pumping, and you get a little bit nervous, but when you haven't gone a lot, you know, that's so cool.
I think the pressure's on too, because a lot of the men in my family have gotten one. So I think the pressure's on for him.
Oh, he's got to be all manly for his woman.
We'll
Come on.
It's only like third or fourth, so hopefully he does.
Oh,
we'll see.
Well, we miss you this morning, but we hope you bring home a big one.
That's right.
We'll talk about you next time, depending on what you bring home.
Yeah, Pepper hopes he gets a reindeer, so we'll see if he gets a reindeer.
Aww. Hopefully it's a reindeer with a leash on. Well, if it's a reindeer, we hope it's got a leash on, and instead of anything else. Well, of course, the remembrance. I was talking about this just a few minutes ago.
Oh, really?
I talk about you all the time.
I love it.
But the remembrance service is coming up Thursday, and I said, man, that's just right. I don't know why. I think I think we had another week in my brain.
Well, I think it's because the holidays are just I mean, we looked up and they're here. I don't know if it's the weather or what. But
This weather, I don't know if it's, again, I don't know what, but it's like we blinked. And really and truly, when I was reading it a while ago is when it hit me.
Yeah.
Is it that when it said the 21st, I was like, oh, that's this week. Oh, that's this Thursday. I didn't even, for whatever reason, it just didn't hit me that it was that close, just a couple of days. Yeah. And we're pretty excited about that because I think this will be my first one attending.
Oh, it'll be great.
I think it's going to be pretty neat.
Did you get your photo in?
I did not. I'm a slacker.
I'm still taking them.
Till
noon today.
Well, then you're going to get a picture of Grandma then.
Okay.
So, but it's, I'm kind of a slacker. So, but it's a remembrance service, and I think what is neat about it is it doesn't matter how long ago. I lost my gran a long, long time ago, but that's something that, a lot of people struggle with, especially they may not have the support system at home like what I have. I have a fantastic support system. I love them. But that's not something that everybody has. So when they lose someone, it makes it that much harder.
That's right.
To go through. You say, well, some families don't even have a funeral these days, or as much of a memorial service because they say, well, there's just not any family that would be there to come that are left anymore. Well, this can be that for them as well. There's lots of circumstances. Maybe there was a cremation and they just decided not to have a service. Well, that's okay with this too. This is a remembrance. And it can serve so many different
purposes.
Yeah.
One purpose too that I was thinking about, we've heard families say this, is that they've had someone pass away, and right after the passing of someone, there's a lot of people talking about it. How are you doing? How are the services? Talking a lot about that person. Well, as the years pass on, or even say it's been within this year, people kind of quit talking about that person for a couple of reasons. One, their life moves on, and number two, they're kind of afraid to bring it up to you because they're afraid that maybe you're doing good in that moment and they don't want to make you sad.
I'm kind of that way.
Yeah, I actually am too.
Lie.
And because you don't want to be that person that brings another person down. So I've had
you
people,
don't want to say, well, they're over at this. Well, thanks for bringing that up. I was having a great day till that.
Yeah.
No, but that's not usually
most of the time they still want people to talk about their loved one.
Right.
So this, I've heard someone tell me that what was nice is no one had talked about their loved one anymore, and this was a time they got to come and spend time all about their loved one.
I love that.
So, and I'm really excited because this year we have almost 50 photos turned in, which is double what we've had in the past. And I just think that goes to show that people need this, that the holidays are so hard. And I said this last time, and I'll talk about it on Thursday. Brian and I have been through our own difficulties during the holidays, and I now know what it means to really hurt in the holidays. And like we talked about last time, the holidays can be so hard because there's so much pressure to be so happy and be so joyful, but you may be
every
hurting.
Hallmark movie makes you feel, I say
those.
slacker a lot, but that's kind of the way it makes you feel sometimes. But, and that can bring on depression, and that has its own set of problems that goes along with it.
And so you're mad at yourself that it's the holidays and you're trying to be joyful, but there's something in you that you're not being joyful and you can't be honest about it, and you don't want to bring others down. There's just a lot of pressure around the holidays for people that are going through grief, or it doesn't even have to be the loss of a loved one. It could just be anything going on. So, like I said last time, this is just a really good time to come, not get it out of your system, but kind of have that moment. And it does take some pressure off of you, and you can have that moment and go on throughout the holidays and know that you've already honored that person before the holidays come.
You say something in your commercial, and every time I hear it, I'm like, that's the most gorgeous. I've never heard it put that way, but I love that. It's simple. You say a beautiful goodbye. Mm-hmm. And that is, I love that. Yeah. I don't know who come up with that. That was good. But that's the way that I kind of think of like the remembrance service. Mm-hmm. It's just a beautiful goodbye. Yeah. And it's, for some people it might be a beautiful hi.
It would be,
for the year. It's a hello, every year that just is something that they do, and it's part of their, they're part of the holidays. Mm-hmm. So they'd like to spend a little time with family, thinking about mom or dad or the grandparents before they go open presents, before there's, candy canes and a big dinner. Let's all get together and remember grandma and grandpa and
we're
how
so
we all
nostalgic
started.
in the holidays.
Right.
And I don't know if that's why so many people are thinking of their loved ones, but you do think about old times. You think about holidays past, and there's something about this service. You may feel the same way. We do a candlelight service, and there's something about when you're holding a candle, that flame, that really makes you connect. It makes you feel like you're really connecting to that person. And anybody can do that at home, but it's something about sitting in a group of a bunch of people that, everyone is mourning a loss, and every one of you are lighting a candle.
You're
and
not in shock anymore.
Yeah, and you know that everyone's candle represents someone that they've loved. And it's a really neat, simple thing, but just really neat to do. So
well, and I know some people would be uncomfortable with it. They say, "Oh, it's just a boohoo session." No. This is, now that the shock's worn off. Now that we're not, functioning at where our nerves are so bad in some cases, where we just can't really grasp that they're not there anymore. And now that they haven't been there for a year or two, or now that they haven't been there for a decade, now you start realizing, and your brain starts putting it together that, wait a minute, this is an extended vacation.
Right.
And that's when it kind of sets in. But when you can come together and remember them, that's why I love the name of the remembrance service, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, and it's cathartic, and it's something that I think it's the best therapy in the world.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat. This is our 4th year to do it, and for 4 years now, there's a couple I call veteran photos. We've seen some people that have turned their photo in every year. So like I said last time, the one in Paducah, they've been doing it for over 20 years, and for some people, this starts off their holiday season. This is their tradition, where most people, it's Thanksgiving. A lot of people start with this service as their tradition to go into the holidays. And it's really neat that every year they start their holiday off with remembering that loved one, whether it was 30 years ago, whether it was, 3 months ago. So it's just a beautiful service. And I don't just say that because we're the one hosting it. It really is. Going through loss myself, it really is a service that I think everyone benefits from.
I haven't had her here to brag on her in a little bit either, but I'm going to tell you, that veteran service that you all did.
The Wall That Heals.
Oh, come on now.
It was unbelievable.
I could cry now.
I'm
thinking about the pictures
and everything.
emotional
right now. We're both like crying.
Every time we get together, we end up crying. It's either from laughing or we're happy or something. But it
was awesome.
I didn't know. Service.
We didn't live in a time with Vietnam, so I didn't really understand it. And I knew doing it was going to be special for the veterans. I didn't know how much I would get out of it.
Oh.
And I now stop a veteran if I see them and thank them, because
I wasn't ready for it.
I had old men putting their head on my shoulders, crying and telling me these, what I call stories, but they're not stories. It was their life. It happened to them.
That's what I'm saying. They're not stories. It's not a movie. It was real life. They were there. And, Rambo
awesome.
Existed, and he's standing in front of you, kind of,
It was awesome.
But the pictures from it, crazy.
I had one man walk up to me, and he said, "I need help finding my 3 buddies." He said, "I never know if they made it home from the war."
Oh.
So there was an app. It was really cool. So we went up to all 3 names, and none of the names were on the wall. So that meant that they had made it home. Now, that doesn't mean they haven't passed since, but he just started crying. He said, for all this time, I've never known if they made it home. And I said, well, get on Facebook. You may be able to find them now. Reach out to them. But just stories upon stories that we heard. And I don't know if you were at the escort.
I'm sorry. Well, hang on. Okay, now what are we talking about?
The escort, when we did the motorcycle escort from the funeral home.
Yes.
I told Brian, I said, I'm getting on the back of one of those motorcycles. He said, no, you're not. I said, watch me. And I hopped on and
Don't
rode.
you tell that woman what she will do.
I hopped on, and the tears, because the people were lining the roads, giving these people the welcome that they should have had. And
that they didn't get.
The veteran I was with, he would wipe his tears and wave, It was the coolest experience. And I wish we could do it every year, but
I'm going to tell you, that was something. And I think this is going to be, well, first of all, you chose a gorgeous location for the Remembrance Service. I mean, if you haven't been there, it's a beautiful, beautiful church anyway. And we used to play handbells there for Christmas when I was a kid. And, we would go and visit and play there, and I would just be in awe of it because I thought it was so pretty. So what a beautiful location for that.
And it's beautiful. We decorate it every year differently. One year we cut out wood trees. One year we did some LED lit trees. This year we're doing kind of like a fireplace setting with a rocking chair, kind of in remembrance of your loved one. So that's also neat. You come every year, and it's not the same decorations every year. We try to be creative and really
that way
make you
it's new
feel
every year.
Yeah, make you feel a part of the holiday season. So,
and I'm sorry, it's at Ogden.
Yeah,
I'm bad about that. Ty usually reminds me that look, you didn't tell him where, you just talked about it, but it's at Ogden Memorial United Methodist Church, and that is downtown Princeton, and it is just a beautiful church on the inside. And I can just imagine what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I really do.
And I'm always excited. Laura and Sean Fagan are playing, which they can do no wrong. I mean,
No.
they are just, I could sit and listen to them all day. So
They're
do
perfection.
They do some beautiful songs. They also do some holiday music. We have a candlelight service. We have a grief counselor that we've worked with for years, that she gets up and she speaks about grief and how to get through the holidays and some tips. And then we also do the video slideshow, which that also, along with the candle, just seeing their picture and
makes it
knowing
real.
that everyone in that room is stopping and remembering them, it means a lot to the family. And then we give gifts out at the end. It's about an hour-long service, maybe a little less. It's free. It's open to everyone. It's just something we like to do to our community during the holidays to kind of help them out.
I love that because you know what? They're not making anything out of it. They're just trying to help the community, and I love that. I really do.
It really is a good service. So
Well,
all
girl,
are welcome.
I don't know what. I can't wait to see what you're going to make me cry about next.
I don't know yet. I'll have to think about that one.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't wait to be there. I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and that's at 6:00 this Thursday. And of course, it's going to be at Cumberland. Yeah, or, I don't know
Ogden.
why. Ogden. I don't know where I got Cumberland from. Ogden United Methodist Church, right here in downtown Princeton at 6:00. That's
right,
and that'll be on Thursday. Well, tell Brian we said good luck.
I will. I'll tell him.
And tell him that I said don't come home till you get a big.
Hopefully, he
Bambi
comes home
doesn't
with one.
count, Brian. But we miss him and we love him and hope everything works out good. Be safe. Of course, again, it's a remembrance service that'll be at Ogden Memorial United Methodist Church in downtown Princeton. That's at 6:00 this Thursday with Morgan's Funeral Home and 1580 and 103.3 WPKY. I want to thank Miss Jenna. That's my girl, Jenna Wainer. And, of course, Brian is hunting this morning, and we're going to love him anyway. It's 9:05 with Tess and Ty at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Chris Foster. It's another full day of testimony in the impeachment inquiry. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff says in his opening statement,
to press a foreign leader to announce an investigation into his political rival, President Trump put his own personal and political interests above those of the nation.
The top Republican on the committee, Devin Nunes, says about last week's testimony.
You may have noticed a disconnect between what you actually saw and the mainstream media accounts describing it. When you saw three diplomats who dislike President Trump's Ukraine policy discussing second-hand and third-hand conversations about their objections with the Trump policy.
This morning's witnesses are Jennifer Williams, she's an aide to Vice President Pence, and Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. He's a member of the National Security Council. This afternoon, we'll hear from former Ukraine Special Envoy Kurt Volker and former National Security Council member Tim Morrison. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Hit and miss showers earlier today, then partly sunny this afternoon, high 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 35. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 57. And then on Thursday, showers are likely once again, high 60. On Friday, as we head out turkey bowling out at Food Giant, showers are likely once again, early in the day though, high 51. Again, showers earlier in the day today, and partly sunny this afternoon, high 54.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Brantley Furniture.
Posting your job opening to an online job search site is like drinking from a fire hose. You get more resumes than you know what to do with. Robert Half is the better way to hire. Our candidates are interviewed and custom matched to your exact hiring requirements. Quickly, satisfaction guaranteed. So what you need is just what you'll get. Robert Half, the experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Learn more at roberthalf.com.
Right now at the Home Depot, 'tis better to give and receive. Buy a Ryobi One Plus battery kit for just $149 and receive a select Ryobi One Plus tool free. Your choice from cordless drills to saws, even a radio. That'll make one powerful gift come Christmas morning. Actually, 2 powerful gifts.